Hello and welcome once again to my take. I am Saddam Hussain. You can see in the picture the interim Prime Minister of Nepal, Sushila Karki. Well, she is not a seasoned politician. She is not a political leader. She does not have any affiliation to any political party in Nepal. She had no wild ambitions of amassing wealth by becoming the Prime Minister of Nepal. She had no dreams of staying back in the power, or she is not power hungry. In her first address to the nation, or in her first address to the young protesters, Gen Z generation, she addressed that she is not going to stay for more than one day after 6 months. Well, she was forced to become the interim Prime Minister of Nepal by the youth, young Gen Z generation, young protesters, because of her nature. And earlier she was the first lady, a woman Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Nepal. Well, the protesters forced her to take up this responsibility of interim Prime Minister of Nepal. She had no ambitions to earn wealth, she had no ambition to amass wealth, and she is not going to stay for more than 6 weeks. Well, she said on Sunday that she is going to prioritize and she is going to listen to all the demands of the young protesters. What were the demands? There were 3. She is going to prioritize. Number 1, no corruption, corruption-free government. The young generation, the protesters were fed up with the corruption in the government. And there was a huge unemployment in Nepal. Number 2, she said she is going to provide a good governance. And she is going to have, and she said, no economic inequality. All people are same, whether you are the Prime Minister or President or you are a big industrialist, all people are equal in Nepal. She is going to provide equal opportunities to everyone to develop their own economic conditions. So very hardly you come across this kind of political leaders, this kind of leaders in the world. All the politicians, all the world leaders should emulate or should follow her. Nepal's newly appointed interim Prime Minister Sushila Karki on Sunday vowed to act on the demands of youth-led protesters, pledging to prioritize anti-corruption, good governance and economic justice, driving her 6-month tenure. During her 6-month tenure, she is not going to stay for more than 6 months. Sushila Karki, the 73-year-old former Chief Justice, speaking publicly for the first time since taking office on Friday, said her government would reflect the aspirations of Gen Z generation, whose mass protest led to the fall of the previous administration earlier this week. She also made it clear that she would not be in office for more than 6 months. We have to work according to the thinking of the Gen Z generation, Karki said. What this group is demanding is the end of corruption, good governance and economic equality. A fifth of people in Nepal aged 15 to 24 are unemployed, according to the World Bank, with GDP per capita standing at just $1,447 in the Himalayan nation of 30 million people. What this group is demanding is the end of corruption, good governance and economic equality, she added. There's only one thing, this whole youth, the whole youngsters, Gen Z generation were against the present government because of there were a lot of corruption, no economic equality and no good governance. It was the worst unrest since the end of decade-long civil war and the abolition of the monarchy in 2008. She further said, I did not wish for this job. She never felt that she was going to take up this kind of responsibility. It was after voices from the streets that I was compelled to accept. She said she would serve only as a caretaker PM and would step down after general elections in March next year. So my take here is we come across this kind of leaders in the world. Very few who are absolute, they are real patriots. They have no selfish ambitions to amass wealth and to stay in power as long as possible. She clearly said she's not going to stay for more than one day after 6 months. And she took it as a responsibility because the generation X, this is youngsters, forced her to take up this post of the Prime Minister. That is this is interim Prime Minister of Nepal. She said she's supervising and going to appoint the new Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. After that, she will leave this post because she is not cut to become a politician. She is not cut to become the Prime Minister. That's main ambition. All politicians and the political leaders should learn from her, should emulate her, so that there will be economic equality in their own countries. There won't be corruption. So I wish her all the best. And Nepal is such a beautiful country, Himalayan nation. It's a wonderful country, and because of corruption, the people could not tolerate it. Thank you guys for watching. Till we meet next time, it's goodbye. Bye-bye.